Good morning, YouTube. Well, I don't know what time it is where you're watching us.
Morning here, though.
Yeah. Well, I want to make another video for you guys this week. That's right, 3 videos in 3 weeks. I think
Scary,
that's
huh?
the amount of videos I posted in like six months or something. But I told you guys that one of our goals this year was to make more videos. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to stick to it. So if you can't tell, no, we don't live in Alaska. We didn't move to Alaska.
Sure looks like it, though.
Yeah.
It's actually warmer in Alaska this winter than it was here.
Yeah, we got record snow this year in Idaho. How many inches? What
We
was
had
the record?
13 on the ground at one point, and that was the standing record, and then we passed it.
Normally in the valley here in Boise, the area that we're at, we get snow 3-4 times a year, maybe 5 times, but it usually doesn't stick on the ground. Well, this year it just kept snowing and kept snowing, and yeah, we got a lot of roofs and stuff that like collapsed and stuff like that. It's been crazy. But today's an exciting day for us because we're going to our design meeting. I mentioned before we're having a house built. So yeah, so a design meeting is just
Where you go pick out your granite and your flooring and your cabinets and all that fun stuff.
yeah, pick the colors of your house, all the upgrades you want, and we have a long list of upgrades. Might as well get it done when they're building the house. So we're excited. The house probably won't be done until like around June or something, but it's exciting. We're building a house on a half acre with an RV bay, a 3-bay garage and an RV bay. So the RV bay, of course, will be, you know, my backstock storage office area. Plan on putting a 2-post lift in there because I'm kind of a gearhead and I have toys I like to work on. So it's going to be awesome. And don't worry, once the house is built, I'll make sure I take you guys on a tour and show you the house, and like you guys care, right?
They want to see.
They want to see, I guess, right?
You don't have an option but to want to see. You're going to see.
So it kind of interrupted my morning ritual because we had to get up a little earlier than I'm used to getting up. That's right, I don't usually get up that early. I usually get up around like 10, 11.
We're actually missing our mastermind meeting today.
Yeah, Gail Mama, she usually gets up like around noon, 1.
I don't like anything ending with AM.
Usually stay up pretty late, especially when we're like chatting back and forth with like China suppliers, because that's the time that's their day. So a lot of times you have to get stuff done, you got to stay up late. The one thing that changed today was I didn't get a chance to meditate before I left, which is sad because
It is sad because I'm probably going to have to deal with butthead Gil Daddy all day.
Well, I think I'll sneak in a meditation as soon as we're done with this. So do a nice short little meditation. And I mentioned this on my last video, meditation. A lot of you guys surprisingly meditate, or at least, you know, try to meditate every day, and that's awesome. For any of you guys that are new to meditation, I should have mentioned in the last video, there's a great app you can get, and it's called Headspace. So you can download it in the App Store. I think they got it in Android as well. For, you know, the 10% of people that use Android phones. No, just kidding. That's probably half of you. Just strike a nerve. I'm going to get a lot of hate on the comments.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, Headspace is a great app. It's a guided meditation. I believe the first, you know, 10 or 15 or so sessions are free. I think after that you can buy upgrades, but it at least gets you in the habit. It kind of shows you how to do it if you've never done it before, and it just gives you a nice guided walkthrough for the beginner. You have kind of somebody guiding you, telling you what to do, you know, what to focus on and stuff like that.
Just want to put out there that Gil Daddy just ran a red light.
It was a yellow light. It was a yellow light. It was a yellow light. If you cross the line, if you cross the line when it's yellow, the nose passes, it's a yellow light. The last video I posted, somebody was saying that I was going too slow on the freeway because cars were passing me. And maybe it's because I was making a video, I don't know. Normally I go 5 over, but we're driving in rush hour. This is something I don't miss, by the way, going through rush hour. I hate it. I remember when I had a regular job.
A real job.
A real man's job. And I had to go through rush hour, you know, to work and back from work, and you have to leave like 45 minutes early, and if you're in California, you got to leave like 8 hours early. You know, I'm so glad that I get to sleep through that now. You know, it's awesome. And for those of you that are doing your own thing, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, heck, even when we did eBay, I still left early in the morning.
We had to deal with rush.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad though, because we would leave a little bit later than most people are heading to work.
The extent of our rush traffic anymore is going to Costco on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Costco's like always bad. Like I always try to hit Costco when it's like, I don't know, when it's
10 minutes to close.
yeah, or something. So I've been trying to do a lot of morning rituals. If you guys follow Tim Ferriss, he's the one that wrote The 4-Hour Workweek. He has a podcast. I recommend you guys check it out, where he interviews, successful entrepreneurs, successful artists, successful health experts, just really successful people. It's like a successful person blog, and it's actually really great. But I've been listening to a lot of his podcasts. I read a lot of his books. If you guys read The 4-Hour Workweek, which I know a lot of people have, he's the author of that. He has a YouTube channel that he posts videos on occasionally, and then you can also find all his podcasts. But he talks a lot about, winning the morning. He has a lot of successful people come on his show that has talked about winning the morning, and there's habits that they do to win the morning and win the day. And I've been doing this for a while, and I gotta say that it's making a huge difference in my productivity. The amount of stuff that I get done just from doing these little things. And it's little things that a lot of people don't do. I'm trying to get Gil Mama to get on the train and start doing them, but I don't know if she just thinks I'm doing it so she don't have to. Like,
I don't even know what he's talking about. I was getting directions to the place we're going.
Oh, okay. Well, she doesn't listen to me. She ignores me.
We've been married way too long for me to listen to you anymore.
So some of the things I've been doing is, and she actually did get the journal. She got a journal. Your journal's called
Self-Journal.
The Self-Journal, because it's for yourself.
Hold on, I'll look up. And you need to turn on Eagle.
I know where I'm supposed to turn.
You told me you didn't know where.
I said I didn't know. I said I knew I was in turn on. I meant the road after we get on Eagle. I know where to turn.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where to turn. We sound like a married couple. So hers is a self-journal. Mine's the
Best Self-Journal. That's what.
Oh, there you go. Best Self-Journal. Look it up on Amazon. You can look at. Maybe I'll probably put some links in the description, and give me a chance to throw some affiliate links out there.
Ooh.
Yeah, get a 3% off your purchase if you click it. And if you don't want to use the link, that's right. Anyways, it's called the Self-Journal.
Best
Self-Journal, right? Mine's called the 5-Minute Journal. It's the one Tim Ferriss talks about that he uses. And I've been sticking with it like every day. When I get up in the morning, first thing I do when I kind of come awake a little bit is to write in this journal. And it gives you kind of things, and the Self-Journal does the same thing. But it asks you, what are you grateful for? You focus a lot on gratitude. It asks you, gives you some like daily affirmations. And at the end of the night, it's like, what went well today? What was great today? What could I have done to make it better?
And the book makes you do stuff if you don't do it.
Yeah, in the beginning of in my book, I don't know about hers yet. It tells you that if you don't do it for 5 consecutive days, you have a reward system in place. So it kind of trains you to, I guess, be grateful, have lots of gratitude. And at the end of the day, instead of focusing on negative things, you're focusing on positive things. And it really does. They've already shown that some form of doing this kind of gratitude and journaling and stuff, it helps you become a happier person. They've shown it time and time again that people who do this are happier. And people who are happier are more successful, not the other way around. So I highly recommend it. I'll put links to both those in the description. You guys can check them out if you don't already have one. Another thing I've been doing that I haven't been real consistent with, but I'm going to get back into it. I haven't done it for the last 2 days, but I did it for like 3 days in a row, which is he recommends having some form of, it's not really journaling, it's more like writing. So when I was doing it, I would get up, wake up, write in my 5-minute journal, and it literally takes 5 minutes or less to fill out. So you do have time to do this. The next thing I do is I sit down, I have my coffee, and I open up this notebook. You can buy the notebook. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I didn't want to buy the notebook because it just has a bunch of blank pages in it with a nice little cute quote at the top, which I really don't need. So I just use a regular piece of paper. Anyways, where was I? This is what wives do.
Notebooks.
They interrupt your train of thought.
You're talking about your super fancy spiral notebook that you write your mumbo jumbo and it means nothing.
It's not a fancy notebook. Anyways,
your brain dumping.
Piece of paper. Brain dumping. Yeah, that sounds smelly. I don't know. So what you do is and I've tried this, and it's actually kind of nice. It's almost meditative in its state. But actually, before I do that, I usually take a shower, meditate for 10, 15 to 20 minutes. And it's always great to start your day off with the meditation. But it's, if you have time to do it in the middle of the day, it's better than nothing. But starting your day with it is definitely great. So this usually, writing in this notebook is when you're sitting there and you're just rambling thoughts off. There's no right and wrong way to do it. Tim Ferriss talks about this. I forget the lady's name that started it and have shown that people are more creative throughout the day, that they're focused better in the day. But all you're doing is you're sitting there, you're not trying to think of tasks, you're not trying to think of anything, and you're just writing. So if I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I don't know. Let's see.
Why is the sky gray and not blue today?
Yeah, why? I think I need some new shoes. I don't know why I'm wearing these shoes. Why haven't I gone out and got some shoes? And you don't have to be, you don't have to be a writer to do this. It's not about anything other than just throwing random thoughts that you're kind of running through your head in the morning and throwing them on a piece of paper.
Help you clear your mind.
Yeah, it's the lady that came up with it. She says it's kind of like taking a dust buster to your brain and just clearing it out. Oh, need some gas. So that's another thing that I've been trying. Like I said, I haven't been doing it every single day, but it does seem to help. Like, you have to do these things consistently for at least a week to start noticing, wow, I'm actually getting a lot done. I'm actually following my goals. I'm actually more productive. And once you see that, then it make it a habit though. Then you're going to be going, oh wow, this is awesome. And then you'll want to do it all the time. So usually my morning routine is, and sometimes afternoon routine if I sleep in too late. But my morning/afternoon routine, the next thing I do is I have a little tiny notebook, just one of those little ones you can buy, I think you pay like $2 for 5 or 6 of them, just the little spiral ones. And the reason why I like the little ones is because it fits nice in my pocket, and I usually won't forget it. If it becomes a habit for me to keep it in my pocket all the time, then I'll always keep it in there. And Gail Mama was doing this for a while, and she was actually getting a lot of shit done. But lately she has not been using this notebook, and she's been forgetting a lot of shit. So I know.
I never forget anything.
I know it works. I know it works.
I never forget anything. I have the best memory in the world.
Sure, that's what she says. But let me tell you guys, this works amazing. You write down everything that you want to get done that day, and then you cross things off as you're doing it. And I think I've said this before.
It's great to cross stuff off.
It's
You're like, I got that shit done.
Yeah, very fulfilling. I mean, it's just like, just cross off. And let me tell you something. You do this, just try it for a week. Try writing all your things you want to get done for a week.
And do it early in the morning when you're still feeling really motivated, because then you put down all the crap that you know you need to do, but you really don't want to do when it comes time to do it. And then if it's on your list at the end of the day and you didn't do it, you kind of feel bad. And you're like, oh,
yeah, you feel
I left this thing on my list.
Yeah, you feel like a big pile of poo-poo.
Oh God, we've been married too long.
Yeah. But I recommend you guys try that out. I know I've had a video before where I talked about writing a list down. Another thing that I like to do is I like to prioritize tasks, and I don't always do it on my daily task list, but it is good to put a little star by the things that are going to make the biggest impact in, say, your life, your family, your business, your artistic side, whatever you value most, or whatever you feel is your definition of success. And that way you try to get those tasks done first, and usually to try to get the hardest task done first is the best thing to do, because usually in the morning you're a lot more motivated to try to tackle the biggest task. So this comes down to a lot kind of like the Pareto principle, if you're not familiar with it, the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the things you do, or I'm sorry, I have that backwards, 20% of the things you do produce 80% of the results. And I may have said something about this before, but it is absolutely true, and it works. So like in my business, when I look at things that I need to get done, and like I said, sometimes I'll do it on my daily list. A lot of times I do it on my weekly goals. My weekly goals is where I definitely do it. And really over looking at your business or your job or your family or your religion or spirituality, whatever it is, you know, it's always good to just stop, take a second, and try to figure out what tasks give me the most results. What 20% of tasks is giving me the most results? And I found that doing this with my business, this is kind of how it works. So in my business, it's real easy to get overwhelmed with lots of stuff, you know, downloading reports and going through them and reconciling inventory and keeping track of inventory, dealing with customer service, tweaking your titles, tweaking your images, split testing stuff, just, you know, finding new products, sourcing new products, reordering new products, keeping products in stock. I mean, there's so many things. Sometimes you're like, well, maybe I should have a website. Maybe I should drive traffic, do some pay-per-click.
Do I need
maybe
a Facebook page?
Yeah, make a Facebook page, an Instagram, a Twitter. There's just so many things that it rattles your brain unless you have employees. You know, I have 2 employees that do some of these tasks for me, so it makes it a little easier. But when I look at my business, I realize really quick that the most important thing, the 20% of my business, is reordering inventory and launching new products. Everything else is the 80%. So I can categorize all the stuff I do and figure out what makes the biggest results, what makes the biggest financial results, and that's reordering inventory and launching new products. Everything else is little stuff that you do in between. So I always try to focus on those things first when I'm growing my business. And if you guys are doing eBay, or you guys have a job at work or anything, you can organize the things you do on a daily basis into this 80-20. And if you focus on that 20% most of the time, you're going to have way more results.
You'll be a superhero.
You'll be a superhero.
Not this one. Not
this is
one.
Pine. See, that's why we got wives, so they can tell us where to go.
Just a minute ago, you said everything was my fault.
And getting to the right place is also your fault. I'm on autopilot right now. I'm talking to YouTube.
This is why he drives slow on the freeway when he's making videos.
Probably. I get, sidetracked. I'm still...
He's the old guy that causes wrecks because he drives too slow on the freeway.
No, I am not. I'm not.
I know you're not. He thinks this is a race fan.
Race fan.
It's not a race fan.
Race fan. Shake and bake! Shake and bake!
No.
Shake and bake!
That is not cool.
Sometimes my brother-in-law's got his minivan, and then we race down the freeway. And he, by the way, he said he would never get a minivan, and then he drove mine one time.
He had to pick it up from the airport for us.
Yeah, and then he's like, I don't know, man. I can't be cool anymore. I think I gotta have a minivan. Gotta have it. I'm like, I know, right? I'm like, you don't look cool driving one, but
they're very comfortable.
I don't need to look cool.
And multifunctional.
I feel cool on the inside. That's all that matters.
He doesn't feel cool on the inside.
I feel cool, especially when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be driving down the freeway, and then he'll be like, shake and bake, and then I'll get behind him, like the movie.
How do you hear him say shake and bake?
He calls me on the iPhone. Calls me on my iPhone. Yep, he's my brochacho.
Your broski?
My brochacho. Anyways, I like my minivan, even though a lot of you guys make fun of it all the time.
And it's not dirty.
Oh yeah, we had a comment. Like, look at this guy driving his dirty minivan. I was
It's
like,
all grungy.
I was like, is our minivan dirty? Like, I thought it was clean. Like,
I
have a membership at the car wash, man. Jeez. I like every time I drive. Sometimes I drive by the car wash 3 times, and I take my car through it 3 times just so I can get my money's worth. Because I have an unlimited washing membership.
That's a sad membership to have.
Yeah.
Ooh, look, a gorilla hospital.
It's better than an AARP card. Not that old yet. Not yet,
Gil
guys.
Daddy's birthday was on Friday.
One day, but you know what? Once I am an AARP member, I'm gonna own that shit. I'm gonna brag about it to my friends.
Gil Daddy's birthday was Friday. He turned
36.
I wanted to see if you get it right.
Oh, I thought my wife didn't know how old I was. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Usually I don't know how old I was. You even heard me stutter. I'm like 36.
You should buy me something.
I am buying you something. I'm buying you a house.
That doesn't count.
It does count.
It doesn't count.
As the ladies out there, it counts.
We've lived in a house together since we've been married. We've always had a house.
So today I just put the camera up, and hopefully this mount is better. I've been trying to figure out this stupid mount thing. It's been so long since I made videos on a consistent basis that, you know, I'm just like, I don't even know how to mount my camera anymore. So I think we've solved it. I mean, this thing, it's this angle, everything seems to be working pretty good. Doesn't seem to be shaking.
Hopefully the microphone being that close to the edge doesn't
Oh yeah.
mess it
Hopefully you
up.
guys be able to hear me.
It's right up.
So I just turned my camera on
this
today.
area.
Okay, so we're almost there. We're gonna go to our meeting here somewhere. Okay, I got to turn right here, and I'm gonna go do our design meeting and pick out all the fancy stuff in our house. And I don't know what the point of this video this week was. I just wanted to turn
It's
the
just
camera
rambling.
on and talk, because I feel like sometimes I have things to talk about. Evil son.
Or ramble.
A ramble. Hopefully you guys got a few things that I do on a normal basis, and maybe they'll help you. And it's not just me. So just remember, guys, everything I say, I'm not a genius, I'm not a guru, I'm not anything, I'm not even like always super motivated. Sometimes people watch videos and they think, man, this guy must be like pumped, he must be just like every day hammering stuff. And the answer is, I mean, I'm human just like you guys, and I don't know everything. I try things, I read about things.
He just likes to share his perspective on things.
I mean, I started listening to Tim Ferriss. He started telling me about all these things. I'm like, I'll try it. Why not, right? If it works for somebody. And there's so many things out there that you can do every day to be more organized, to be more productive, to be more motivated. And if you did all of them, I don't think you'd have a minute in the day. I think it's about finding the right things that work for you and then doing them every day. So if I can give you guys some suggestions, then I'll do that.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys, I gotta go. This sun is killing me. We got a meeting. Bye.